This is a Snake News exclusive.
Governor of Florida, and now presidential candidate Jeb Bush. During his mandate, he was concerned about real issues, balancing the budget and representing citizens from all backgrounds. He is now taking his sense of commitment to a whole new level. Jeb Bush, back to the America you know.
Thank you, everyone. Let me please start by thanking you all for coming to see me here today. I have been blessed to be part of a family that has committed its life to public service. And I myself have been involved in public service by serving as governor of Florida for 2 consecutive terms. We have an election coming up, and it is on that occasion that I stand here today presenting my candidacy. I believe that American values have been forgotten, and therefore maintaining our integrity, courage, and honor will be the cornerstones of my candidacy. I know that most of you are not very satisfied with the current situation in America right now. Neither am I, because we need to restore this great nation of ours, because money and jobs have been lost, family lives destroyed, and children are feeling left behind in schools. We need to make sure that we preserve the idea of freedom of opportunity that founded our country for our loved ones and for ourselves. My intention is to defend my country, protecting our rights, and preserving the environment while doing it. Because these objectives aim at one common goal, to take back the America that you know. To achieve this project, my program will deal with many fields in need of improvement. I have 3 cornerstones that will be the cornerstones of my candidacy. The first point of interest is the economy. We need to encourage growth of businesses, create jobs, and renew the job market while expanding the private sector in doing that. The second point is immigration. Because let me just put it out there, some people will attack me on this issue. Some of my fellow Republicans don't share the same view as I do. They believe we should just close our eyes, seal off the border, and pretend that there's no problem. But as a governor of Florida, I have learned that that is not how the world works. Because all of us, with all of our different talents, have immigrated here to make our country unique and great. You can just raise your hand, all of you who are not immigrants or descendants of immigrants. Because today we just have to remember that creating jobs also includes immigrants here. American immigrants employ more than 10 million jobs or more than 10 million immigrants are employed in America. Encouraging immigration is also to maintain the very essence of this nation and to create a strong and unified nation while preserving traditional values. Money is currently being spent very inefficiently on healthcare. And let me just say this very frankly. Obamacare is flawed to its core. Since we have not reached a proper and effective agreement, this money should and could be used for other areas that need attention. And this is the third cornerstone of my candidacy, education. Other countries like China and India are setting the bar to a whole new level, challenging our science and technology programs. Our schools are failing. They need to be fixed. I grew up in Texas, and I finished my studies at the local university in Austin. This experience taught me that Common Core has to evolve toward more adapted objectives and higher thresholds. Children are the future of this nation, and then the future needs to be ambitious. Education is the key, because with education comes good jobs, housing, and businesses, and in general, to create and accomplish the American dream. That is the essence of education, students getting a chance at life. All of these, in all 3 cornerstones, make up my candidacy. I believe in cooperation, and we need to deal with the difficult situation in our capital, with gridlocks and politicians unable to make decisions. And unlike many of the other candidates, I don't dismiss the possibility of compromise and cooperation. I've done that in Florida, and I will intend to keep on doing that. Because the ability to cooperate is also what characterizes a good leader. And there is a lot of potential for the United States in the future. And it is therefore imperative that we bring back the America you all know. Thank you, and God bless America.
You talk about immigration as an act of love, or you say that we should teach immigrants, we should accept immigrant children to school, or it would be like having no hurt. These very cute with these very cute statements, are you trying to just break away with your father and brother opinions during your adolescent crisis? And is this really the moment to do that, to separate maybe from a large part of your electorate?
Well, I love my brother very much, and he's a man of integrity and courage and honor and stuff. And during an incredibly challenging time, he kept us safe. But the problem is that a lot of Republicans right now are closing their eyes to the immigration problem, or the issue we have here. And I believe also, if we just see take a look at all the Hispanics who immigrate to the US, they share a lot of the conservative views that we hold. So if we just manage to somehow get them integrated legally instead of illegally, I believe we can fix this problem.
Yes. Otherwise, you got 80% of Cuban voters voted for you in your last election, but you declared yourself pro-embargo, so don't you think that somehow you're going to lose a big part of your electorate?
I believe that the Cuban issue is another issue, and I'm very much against the whole normalization of the relationship with Cuba, because according to me, it shows kind of a lack of credibility of the US, because the Cuban regime is a very, very different one from the one we have here. And when Obama tries to loosen up on the embargo on Cuba, then US credibility will be lost, and we acknowledge the Cuban regime as it is. So I believe we have to separate the Cuban issue and the immigration issue.
We'll take another question, yes?
What makes you really different from a moderate Democrat?
I still have the conservative values that include family and religion, and economic-wise, I am a full hardcore Republican. When it comes to how to create jobs, I believe we have to cut spending and encourage the private sector instead of spending more in the public sector, because it is, in essence, the private sector that allows us to use to use social services for, like, in the public service. It's not the opposite. It's not the opposite way.
All right. Yes, another. And then we are running out of time, so this is
it just a strategy to make unsatisfied Democrat voters vote for you?
Not at all. I'm not a Tea Party member at all. And I believe, as I said before, I believe cooperation is the essence and the key to having a well-functioning democracy. And the strategy the Tea Party has taken has been to completely deny that there is actually other members of parliament, no, members of Congress. So this is not my strategy. My strategy is to have still a Republican view, but allow for compromise and cooperation.
All right, thank you all very much. And remember, please vote Jeb Bush for the America you know.